Ladies and gentlemen, big hairy news.
Hey, kia ora koutou whānau. Welcome back to Big Hairy News, Bright Hairy News Edition. It's a Friday, Magenta.
Woo! Yeah, Friday. TGIF and all that shit.
Very much so. How was your week?
It's been alright. Nothing too crazy other than my insomnia winning, and I'm still extremely nocturnal, so I lost that battle.
Oh, no.
I tried to win, but I'm losing. It's fine though. It's fine. I'm just looking forward to the warmer weather that I can already can sense it. It's coming. It's coming.
Feel it coming.
Mm-hmm.
Feel it in the air.
How's your week been?
Yeah, it's been a week. Say, yesterday was a bit of a weird day.
Sure was.
Yeah.
September 11. Funny that.
Oh, Jesus Christ, it's terrible. Oh, God, that's terrible.
I know.
Wow, I didn't even...
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
But to be fair, it technically wasn't their 9/11. It was our 9/11. So,
Oh, wait.
because of the time difference. So we're a day ahead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I was more so thinking the date, but anyways. No, I see what you mean. Yeah, I don't know. I just
been a
feel a
big
bit
week.
weird. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been
and,
a big week. Some strange. To be fair,
same
do you want to
strange
know how
week.
I found out about all of the Charlie Kirk stuff?
No, how did you?
It was very chaotic. So I woke up, saw a meme about Charlie. Like, it was just about some quote from him, and I was like, oh, okay. Wonder what he did. Wonder what's going on. And then I had a text from my best friend being like, oh, have you heard the news about Charlie Kirk? And then I got sent another meme, and I was like, okay. So I was sort of kind of getting that something had happened, but no one had actually told me like that he was dead yet. And then it
Oh.
wasn't until like I kept seeing a few more memes, and then someone finally sent me a link being like, oh yeah, he got shot and he's dead. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay. It was very pieces coming in from different sides, and it was definitely weird. Yeah.
I think mine was a Philly D
Oh,
headline.
yeah. To be fair, the headline
so.
didn't. I don't think the headline said he was dead, because I think at that point he was.
It hadn't been confirmed.
Yeah, because I know he put it a
Yeah.
little note. I obviously watched that episode too, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
been
think
a
that's
fucking.
what I woke up to, and then immediately went to well, I mean, my immediate feed just basically spat out Hassan, who's who I do actually we will be covering a bit more of this coverage today, because I think it's important stuff to talk about. But Hassan's reaction specifically for me was probably the one that stood out, because this is someone who was about to debate him in like a month's time, and I think the political streamer space and the political online commentary space is pretty much that he's within that. Charlie was within that
Yeah.
ecosphere. Ecosphere.
System. Yeah.
System. Ecosphere. So a lot of their reactions, I think, are quite yeah. Like everyone's come out and had something to say about it in terms of the US political space. Even even Pat's favorite, not just the platform, Karen Plunkett, but also Chantal Baker was on the show with him.
Oh God. That sounds.
So
horrible.
I did see it, but it was too late by that point, and I was like, you know what? This is Pat's domain. I don't know.
No, that's totally.
I don't really want to do that.
The
So,
pancake
but yes,
batter
so that's
not
one of
worth
the.
it.
No, no. So yeah, we'll cover that probably in the first bit, and then we the other stories we've got tonight. Some one of our current MPs has 25 houses,
Yeah. I saw
25
that.
properties. Yes, in a trust, which is it's always interesting, which puts him in the mega landlord category. 25 properties puts you in the mega landlord category. And the comparison being made with Michael Woods is fucking hilarious. And I think Mountain Tui did a really good job of covering that. So we'll have a look at some of that stuff. And then Erica and Priyanka were on Hearld Now with Simon Bridges. What the fuck? Brian Bridges. Talking education stuff. Obviously, it's been a big week for education. So yeah, I wouldn't mind going through a wee bit of that, and then also looking at some of the incoming subjects. One of which is politics. Which
Okay.
yeah,
Oh, yes, actually, I think I did see. Actually, that's right. I got a meme about it,
yeah.
which reminds me I need to.
Was it my
our
husband's first
memes.
reaction was, do they ever want to win again?
No.
And that's exactly my reaction.
Funnily enough,
If you
it
teach kids
wasn't.
about politics, they're most likely not going to vote for you. Have you seen the current
I
generation?
mean,
Actually, no, never mind.
hey, we
Yeah,
need
pretty
all the
split.
help we can get at this fucking point.
Yeah. So, yeah, bit of a fun show. And then obviously memes. Can't have a
Yeah.
Friday show without the memes, obviously.
Yes. And also, people on Blue Sky would have noted, but there will be no Charlie Kirk memes today. We don't want to make the YouTube gods angry, so we're gonna play ball. And if you want to enjoy those memes, you can always join the Discord. They're there.
You'll have to
you
go
can
to the
find them.
Discord.
Exactly. I mean, there's some pretty fun things going on in the Discord as well. So just come hang out.
Yeah. There's always something fun happening.
Absolutely.
We already have some super chats, so before you go into the memes of the week, I'll just quickly run through those.
To be fair, there's not a lot. It was a mess of a week.
A Kiwi Burb says, how much do I have to pay to get a normal week? How many days
don't think
until the
we can
next
afford
election? 365?
Well,
oh,
look at
Citizen
the next.
Gold.
Look at the next super chat.
463 days. You might have to do $1 a day. No, I'm kidding. I don't know what. I don't know what you can do. Unfortunately, it's
unless you can
the show
change
must
the
go on.
timeline. I don't think there's anything.
Where do you think
that
we
could save
split? Because
this.
that's my thing as well. Is like, where did we split into this timeline? What happened? What's going on?
I'm thinking it's either 2012 or 2008. One of two. That's my.
You're going
my
that far
vibe.
back.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I think we entered this timeline a while back.
I don't know. Because 2016 was Hillary and Trump, where Trump won.
Yep.
But you also had Jacinda. So, like,
Yeah, it was a weird time.
I feel like it was maybe, I don't know, maybe it was somewhere in that little weird bit.
Actually, you
it was
know
when
what?
Judas
It was
Priest.
Harambe's death, actually. You know
That's
what?
right.
And Coney
That
2012.
was it.
I think that is around 2012. Anyway, there we go.
That's crazy that we called that. That was called when it happened, right? Like, that was a
Yeah.
pivotal, like, it was
Yeah.
a notable thing
It
when
was
it
a
happened that people were
huge
just,
thing.
yeah.
Like the amount of people
And
that
that was
were
a
like,
while ago.
Oh, that was actually probably a lot longer. Oh, I don't want to think about how long ago that was. I'll feel old. All right, should we go into our TLDR?
Go for it.
There's not a lot. It was a messy week. This one just encapsulates one of the shows. Actually, I thought these, can you see the memes on the actual signs? I thought these were great. So we got My Payslip called It Wants an Apology for Your Lies with some very terrifying artworks of Erica, Judith, and I think that's Luxem, but I honestly can't tell. They're terrifying.
They are. You squint your eyes, it almost Kind of looks like Stuart Nash, actually.
But then the one next to it was one of my favorites, and it says, "We will not respect your authority." Okay. Yeah, this was posted in the meme channel. That no notes. How to watch the collapse of civilization. And when I saw this meme, I immediately straightened my back. It was so instantaneous. Oh yeah, I also saw this. This isn't a meme. This is just a post from Labour. And honestly, I think we can all feel it in our shopping every week.
Yep.
Good old budget, 8.5 billion short. So that's gonna be fun. God. 400 and whatever many days can't come sooner. And then I did like this because I immediately heard it in my head like, everybody laugh now. That was great. And yeah, that's really it. We know what's been happening this week. A lot.
I did like the Kieran and
and also, if
Nicola.
you can't tell who these queers are, that's a straight person next to me. And I'm the queer, and if you can't read, our names are literally on the screen. So, you know.
There you go. My name is Ems. That's Magenta.
Yep.
I am not queer, although I am queer-coded, I have been told.
Yeah.
And I'm also a little bit weird, so if you take that, like, you know, lens of it, then maybe I am a bit queer, you know? And you know what? Not a bad thing. Yes.
But yeah,
It's nice
if
to
you
have
can't
you
read,
here, Cat Stevens.
might want to learn.
Is that the famous Cat Stevens? Cat Stevens is a singer, right?
Isn't he dead?
He might be dead. Maybe it's the ghost
Pretty
of Cat
sure he's
Stevens.
dead.
Everyone welcome the cat of ghost the ghost of Cat Stevens. It could also be the cat of Cat Stevens.
Oh no, he's still alive.
Oh, there you go. Hello, Cat Stevens.
Anyway, there's more important things to talk about. I just wanted to roast Cat Stevens. Don't mind me.
We're not roasting anyone. Just saying.
Oh, I was.
We're welcoming you. Just clarifying. I'm not queer, so comment
yeah.
was incorrect. Anyways, let's get into this shit. Okay. Yeah, a weird couple of days. I've had a weird couple of days, okay? The news of what happened yesterday, where Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Yes, it happened in America. No, it's not New Zealand. It's not New Zealand news. But I think, and obviously the boys covered it yesterday, but the news has continued. There's lots of things happening. They're still trying to find the person who shot and killed him. They have still no motive of the person. They still don't know why they did it. They don't know where they sit in the political spectrum. As we saw from the Trump assassination attempts, they were registered Republicans, so there is no this whole idea of pointing it on the left because their person was very firmly on the right is just crazy
Typical,
bullshit.
though. Typical.
The hypocrisy of the administration's reaction, it's exactly what we all thought would happen. It's just gonna like double the vitriol towards the opposite side of the political spectrum. And it's gonna continue this tit for tat, right? Bullshit. Which is really, really sad. Very annoying. But yeah, no, it really rocked me yesterday because I don't know if you felt the same, but I felt really conflicted in my emotions because obviously couldn't give a shit about the dude. like the things that he did and he said led to a lot of the things that we are seeing in terms of hatreds towards the people who are the lowest in society is not what I mean, but the people who are in the minorities, you know, people who get looked down upon all the time, you know, political violence happens towards them. You know, we're talking about someone who was a very privileged white man. He was able to say these things. He drummed up a lot of support from young people and got them quite conservative. You know, conservative is quite a spectrum. You know, there's conservative in some regards, and then there's like extreme conservatism, which kind of goes beyond conservatism. There were a lot of people who cherry picked what they liked about what he was saying. There were a lot of people who were educated enough to see the dog whistles in what he was saying. So, like, I can see why he became a big person in the space. And then at the same time, I like, he is someone who has peddled the current state of America where it's at now. But at the same time, like, he was exercising his right to free speech. That's the American Constitution. They have the right to free speech. The system allowed him to speak these views and to, the knock-on effects because of that towards the trans community, for example, or immigrants and all of, towards women even. His own fucking wife. But that's right.
Yeah. All those right-wing
I think we all know that
conservatives,
Chewie did a great list of all the things that this person has said. But all of those things said, I'm not sad but I'm also not happy. I'm not grieving because I didn't know this person myself. I didn't agree with this person. I'm not grieving, but I'm not happy about this either. And the thing that I'm not happy about is it's violence against political free speech. And in America, you know, they have a lot lenient of a system, which is kind of why they've led the way that they do, because the repercussions and the hate speech laws that they have aren't robust to sort of push back against that. Here in New Zealand, we have hate speech laws, and even so, we struggle to impose them. We're not great at it. We could do better at that, but we have kind of that to combat some of those things that lead to the likes of hate towards these communities. So I think where I kind of stand at the moment is like, I'm just annoyed because all this is going to do is push, it's just going to push the right further right, and it's just going to crack down more on the left. There is no winners in this. And then the left are just going to be getting pushed smaller and smaller and smaller until the only thing left to do is to push back with the same thing, which we don't want to do. I'm sure the people left in America don't want to do. It kind of goes against their moral compass. They don't want to have to go out there and protest, and then, you know, it turns into violence because that's the only way forward. Like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see a fucking civil war because the other side is bearing arms. It's like, well, what am I going to do? I'm just going to sit here and take it? Like, I also don't want to advocate for that. I'm just saying this is what we could see, because that's, you know, either get trampled on where you fight fire with fire, and I don't want to see that either. I want to see them get back to this more democratic approach, the democratic system they're supposed to have, where it's discussion, it's the courts that decide things, it's having good laws that are robust, it's following the fucking laws and not using your executive powers to overthrow those laws and ignore all the other branches in their democracy. Like, yeah, I am conflicted, but now I am frustrated. And
I can understand that.
I understand why everyone's reactions are different, and I can't say I am angry at anyone for having the reactions that they're having. But the one message I do want to get through is that I do not condone political violence. I personally believe that gun violence as well is not acceptable. I don't think political violence and silencing someone in that regard because of their political views is acceptable, regardless of how much we disagree with them. And if we don't condone it, and if you personally are out there and you're calling this a win, or you're celebrating it, then you are also condemning us. Because we are also in the same camp as him. And like, yes, we're on the other side of the world, we're in little New Zealand, but I think you have to remember what we have seen in our government and what we've seen here in New Zealand has mimicked so much of what we've seen in America that we can't ignore that it might not be with guns. Well, gun violence still happens in New Zealand, just saying. We have hunting rifles and God knows what else. People still have access to guns here. It's just not as widespread, you know?
Yeah.
But
yeah, we actually
you have to remember that,
controls.
well, I mean, yes, exactly. But there are other ways, right? It's not just one way of enacting it. So just remember, if you're out there and you're celebrating it, I just want you to know that you are adding to condemning us as well. So
That's fair. I think obviously my feelings about it are probably very different. I think, so I know here on the show what we do is we hold people to the same standards and to the same things that they hold others to. And I think it's really interesting that he's been quoted to say, I can't stand the word empathy. Actually, I think empathy is made up new age term and it does a lot of damage. So I don't think he wants our empathy based off his own metrics. Again, I'm not celebrating or happy that he's dead, but I can also see the ways that he has directly contributed, unfortunately, to his own death. And it's a little bit of a fuck around and find out, I think. And I do think that, like, I don't know, I feel like everything's being posed as this, oh, well, we shouldn't just because we don't agree with him. I don't really feel like it's just because people don't agree with him. It's because he's actually causing real world harm to people. Like, there are trans people in America who have been dying because of people like him who have been racking up their hordes of especially very young Gen Z men and turning them against women, turning them against trans people. And so I can understand why people are feeling like, what can I do? I feel powerless to make change. And unfortunately, I think, you know, the same way we saw Mangione, he was desperate. He was like, no one's listening. It doesn't matter if I go to the police. It doesn't matter because no one gives a shit about me. And also people like me because we can see all the time these things are happening. And so, yeah, I think for me, it's more of a, yeah, that sucks. And, you know, I do feel bad for his family that they're losing a loved one. That is definitely, you know, really sad. But unfortunately, I also think that he really did contribute to so much hateful rhetoric that he is partially, you know, to blame in this. He's been on record saying that, you know, it's casualties are worth the price of the Second Amendment right to have guns. Like, it's also this weird way that they're like, it's almost like they're like, oh, well, God said we have the right to guns. It's like, you know what? I don't think God did. Does not sound like something God or Jesus would say. And yeah, I definitely don't think we should be out here going, woo, yay, let's throw a fucking party. But I do think that there needs to be actually a conversation around, like, how can we criticize, you know, the aspects that are worth and need to be criticized and actually talked about, and also acknowledge, you know, it's not good to kill people. Like, we can do both. So, yeah, that's kind of more where I sit. Like, I don't, kind of just feels like, you know, he set himself up to be the butt of his own joke almost, which is grim. But
yeah, the irony is
I don't even think it's really irony at that point. At that point, it's just he made his bed and unfortunately he's lying in it. Again, grim, but like he genuinely has said so many horrific things. He very clearly believed a lot of them. He's the kind of person that was all for Roe v. Wade being overturned. He has been, and actually I think I started a comment because they perfectly summarized one of the things I've always thought about him. He's like the educated version of Andrew Tate. So he takes on all the, exactly. And he's always been a right-wing grifter. And I think because of the fact that right-wing grifting does have real-world harm, I do think that these people need to realize that they will have consequences, unfortunately, if they keep pushing people, because everyone's feeling a lot more desperate now. The wealth inequality gaps, they're getting so much bigger. There's also so many, like, I don't know, even then, I'm like, we have stuff going on at home. Like, we definitely keep an eye on this, but there's also other things that we also should talk about. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely sad for his family, but that's really it.
Yeah.
I just hope that, you know, his family are able to grieve, and that people realize that saying horrible things might actually make a person, you know, in turn do horrible things, because we need to be accountable for, like, what we say.
Yeah.
And that's not saying that accountability should be, you know, someone murdering you, because that's insane.
No.
But, you know,
And
that's
where all the fingers now point. Yeah, that's where all the fingers point to now, is like, well, if the system is that broken, that seems to be the only way, you know, like what I was saying before, we have hate speech laws here, and if they're good and they're well, which I would like to think that our democracy is good and that we are able to make good policy and good laws to stop these sorts of things, but you know, it gets challenged quite a bit these days. But we have that in order to have a checks and balance to push, to stop that hopefully from getting out of hand. And I don't think we've got our settings right. I think that whole thing of free speech versus hate speech thing is always going to be weird, especially because people, they'll dog whistle, you know, there's jokes, there's nuance. You know, is it hate speech if you don't agree with them? Is it hate speech if it's direct vitriol? Like, I'm not an expert at that, so I can't say. But you know, for example, someone could point to Chewie's, if there's no choppy choppy, there's no stoppy stoppy.
Yeah.
How do you interpret that? Right? Do you look at all the that's where I'm coming from, is like, I don't know how you have both. You either silence speech entirely, or you find as a society the line of this is causing harm to people. And I think there is a line where there are real world harms. I totally understand that, and I totally get that. And like, my position is always going to be that we shouldn't say things that cause real world harms to people, especially big groups of people or individuals. But how do you move forward and able to have discussions where you don't agree with the other side when you're dealing with the extremes? It's yeah.
Well, like, I think there's a huge, to me, it's actually not that complicated. I think that sometimes actually even people on the right try to overconflate how complicated, oh, where do we draw the line? But that is, to me, more of a kind of like, oh, well, if we let the gays marry, then they'll let me marry a dog, like that kind of thing. It's pretty fucking clear when someone is targeting someone and using, you know, bigoted dog whistles. Like, yeah, sure, there's definitely times where it's a bit more complicated, gray area. A lot of the times, though, it's really fucking obvious. If someone continuously talks down about, you know, minority groups, they're, you know, associating them with negative things to build up this hate against people. Like, we can sit there and go, you know what? Like, yes, you have the freedom of speech, but also you're not free from consequences of your speech. Like, words are not just words. Words have literally caused trauma to millions of people, whether they were children or adults. We like to be like, oh, you know, sticks and stones might break my bones, but words will never hurt me. No, they fucking do. Our words matter. Psychologically, we are very social creatures. And how do we socialize predominantly? Through speech. Obviously, that doesn't go to everyone, but speech is a big part of how we hold ourselves in the world. It's a tool we use for power. Like, think about Adolf Hitler, right? We often think of him as standing in front of thousands of people giving speeches, because that's where his power was built up. Take Toi Tu Te Tiriti. We think of the hikoi. We think of, Eru Kapakingi standing up, talking to the masses. We can't undervalue how much violence can be caused through our words. I mean, we've all had passive-aggressive family members who have made us feel like dog shit. It's something that people need to be held accountable for, Same way if you say something that, Taku Teferis, perfect example. He's got the freedom of speech, but that does not mean he's free from consequences. So, there's a lot of different things to add into it. Like, obviously there needs to be a lot more conversations around how to get definitions of hate speech, because obviously that's just a subclass that we're creating in terms of these, how to define them. Like, there needs to be a bit of fluidity and but also some hard lines, because a lot of the time people go, oh, well, you just don't agree with me. Yeah, because I don't agree with you that women, people should be forced to have children if they don't want to. There are certain times where it's not, oh, let's agree to disagree. There are some things that we do need to actually go, no, this is a hard line for me. I value people more than, agreeing with you. There does need to be the space for both of those things to happen. Also, I don't know if you heard, but one of our own politicians may be taking inspiration from America and following Trump.
Yeah, you did inform me.
So, yeah, it looks like, do we want to play it since it's all American based? I've got it up if we want to have a quick listen. I will stop that one.
Before you do that, I'm just gonna I'm seeing your comments, but I think what I'm getting at here is BHN sits within a space of political commentary, and we're like a blip. But depending on the circles that we may enter, we may not be a blip to them. Charlie Kirk was massive in his space. We are nothing like him in terms of our policies our beliefs at all. Like, we're completely opposite in just everything. We've condemned him outright. Yeah. We agree that the things that he said and did, they're two awful things. But I think you have to
murder bad him, Clay.
But that's exactly it, and that's my point to you, to everyone here, is if you condone what happened, if you say that the political violence against him was okay, you are also condemning the rest of the political commentary space to the same actions. And that is the thing at the end of the day that I am frustrated with, is because it's just continuing the far left versus the far right, the far left, whatever, the fucking right versus left narrative, that the only way forward now is vitriol against the other side, is tit for tat, it's payback, it's the revenge. That pisses me off. And don't get it twisted, that same shit is happening here. And it doesn't matter if it happened to him. Like, we've already seen it with fucking, Plunkett, right? Plunkett has already pointed the finger at Te Pāti Māori. Just saying that. You're muted.
There's also the whole bullshit with Destiny Church. He was definitely platforming a lot of the hate that went towards House of Flash. And also, I love that, as we said, that it was perfect segue back into this country. So, that's the only reason I'm continuing to talk about this, because it does. If people say don't talk about US politics, have you fucking looked at our political system at the moment? Have you looked at the people? Fucking Shane Jones and Trump bullshit. Also, Magenta. Atlas Network, guys. We got to remember, Atlas Network. It's like Skynet, but for politics, all right? It's everywhere. It's all connected. Unfortunately, some of the conspiracy theorists were fucking right. And I hate it. But you know what? Here we are. This is just something that got posted into the Discord very last minute before the show. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll just give it a listen. So we'll listen to it for a little bit. But there is a very interesting bit of kōrero here from old Matua Shane, everyone's favourite.
Matua.
Ugh.
To renationalise the power companies.
The government policy statement agreed to last year is do nothing and the market will deliver the outcomes. And look, admittedly, I'm a bit player, but know this from me. As soon as I understand what our government's doing, and if it's nothing, then the campaign that I will run on behalf of New Zealand First Party will not only be Trumpian, you'll hear about it in Australia.
Mr. Jones attacks Christopher Luxon's, quote, management.
Which, obviously, when I heard that, I was like, what the? Like, literally, you can see it in the Discord. I just replied all caps. What the fuck? Because that was very... I don't know. Shane's been getting bold recently. From talking about, wanting to bring the debate for nuclear power. And honestly, it's... And I mean, hell... What, it was just like the beginning of the year when the whole like being racist to the Green Party and stuff was happening. Like, he's doing some shit. But yeah, when I saw that, I was like, well, yeah, there we go. There's the link. It's very obvious that they're copying America, but he's literally said he's going to campaign next year in a Trumpian style, and unfortunately we can see how that has its nefarious hooks and can actually sway people. So we've got to stay alert and be aware.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we need to start actually like planning and organizing and being aware of how we should maybe start like countering some of these, the rhetoric, like we do unfortunately have to listen to interviews with people we don't like because we have to keep a fucking eye on them. We have to know how they're communicating to their people so that we can hopefully try to find ways to communicate back that might break that. Because it can't just be getting more people to vote for our side. It's also getting people to basically be deprogrammed. But yeah, I mean...
And teaching people about dog whistles and that sort of thing too.
Exactly. Like, we don't have to listen to any more of that. It was just that little bit, but I thought that was really interesting and definitely wanted to make sure that we heard that right from the old horse's mouth. I'll pop the link into the chat as well if anyone wants to go and listen to that on RNZ's YouTube.
Curiosa. Oh, that's 40 minutes of their show.
Right? That was a rough one. Now, where are we going next?
Super chat.
Also, yeah, well, I just thought about that. We got a comment from Twitter. I just had to highlight it because I don't think I've ever seen a comment coming from Twitter. It was way back at the beginning of the show. Shout out Brett Cooper for watching us on X, I guess.
Sorry guys, I keep coughing because I can. I keep getting attacked by the sickness. Oh, they keep fucking coming.
Yeah, that's the problem when you're like in a school.
I'm not even.
Well, yeah, but your husband is.
I know,
He
but
brings
he keeps
back
bringing
the
it home.
cooties.
It's gross. I haven't even touched him in 3 weeks. I'm sick.
Okay, out of context. Okay. Clap it, someone.
Like, no one wants to.
Ew, you got cooties.
Pretty much. Yeah. He's been, what do you call it? What was happening during COVID? We were being separated into our little rooms.
Ah, yes, you got
quarantined. Quarantined.
Quarantine.
He has to do like a full like sanitization shower time when he comes home. And he's got to put the rubber gloves on. He's got to be like, I'm home, honey. All right, let's get to the super chats.
Yeah.
All right. Last of the discussion. Kiwi Bear. Let's not canonize him. He was deeply bigoted. Do not disagree. Commentator, we shouldn't be doomers. Don't forget, after Hitler's death, the left's power grew. Unions took over the economy for 40 years after we redacted fascists.
Okay.
History.
Yeah, you know what? That could be some hope.
Gamble for $8.99. Regardless of Charlie's views, he was a father. A mother is now widowed, and a son and daughters, 2 daughters. Without a father, nobody deserves that. Just it says 2012 was the Mayans said the world would end.
That's why I said it.
Okay.
Mayan calendar. Also, we got that terrible movie with John Cusack that had a song by Adam Lambert and Coney 2012.
What movie? You're talking about like the end of the world type movie?
Yeah, it was
and
called
everything's
2012.
so-
It was literally called 2012. And there's like
really?
John
Oh,
Cusack
Jesus.
and he's trying to like save his family. And Adam Lambert did a song called Time for Miracles.
Huh? Okay.
Fun fact.
Commentator for $10, thank you. I will not forgive for Kirk. Being a bigger person requires an even playing field, and when you are oppressed, when someone is stepping on you, you cannot be bigger without pushing them off. Yes.
And no one says you have to feel bad.
No, I'm
Just
not telling
Don't
anyone
condone murder.
to.
That's it.
But I am just putting it out there. It's thoughts and feelings.
I'm sorry, but I just read this comment and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of love this. And for the audio listeners, it's a comment that
Kieran,
says,
man.
sounds like we need to get Ems a Kieran body pillow to keep her company. Man, one day we're gonna meet this man face to face, and you're gonna be pinker than your hair.
I feel like the two of us are just gonna be like, I say nothing.
I'm just gonna laugh, probably.
Nah, he'd be cool. I reckon he'd just be
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah.
Well, especially if we get those T-shirts made up. He'd probably
Which
just
ones?
blush and not know what to say. That Kieran McAnulty amazing artwork that Cyber Goblin made of all the
Is it the
overlaid
like faces?
Kierans.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, yeah. That's what I thought.
Exactly.
Righty.
But yes, meme time?
Yes, it is meme time.
Memes.
Time for the memes.
So, Mark Zuckerberg is suing Mark Zuckerberg. And he says, I've had the name longer than him. Which honestly is hilarious and must feel so bad. Because apparently his Facebook keeps getting taken down because it gets triggered as like a fake Mark Zuckerberg. He's like, no, I'm real. I'm also older than this man. Oh yeah, the FBI a little after a young-looking man dressed in black and wearing sunglasses.
It
So I
actually
thought that-
looks a little bit uncanny.
I know.
Oh,
That's
Jesus.
why I had to include this one because I'm like, that's a little funny. That's a little funny. Also, hey, they're complimenting him, saying he's a young-looking man. You know. I'm sure people have seen this one before, but the future is reduced for a quick sale, $2, and then that's really how successive New Zealand governments have treated this country. To be honest. After we take everything and enslave everyone, we'll establish a non-aggression principle. Crazy. Yeah. Sir Isaac Newton discovers woke circa 1762. Always has been. The day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. And I wish the right side would realize that. If you say mediocrity 3 times in front of a mirror, Chris Hipkins will appear. Love the guy, but that's a funny joke. Yeah, this also kind of goes on to, it's always the marginalized that are asked to be the bigger person by white liberals to stop them fighting back against their oppressors. Your people don't realize when someone is stepping on you, you cannot be the big without pushing them off. Center-left political parties, traditionally left-wing voters, and consistent right-wing voters. Does seem to be like that. Oh yeah, I was making a collage and I found this gem in one of my salient magazines, and I just thought we could have a look at all these old pictures of Chippy. Look at him. How adorable.
What a dork.
Right? This product kills 99% of all germs. What about the 1%? I just love imagining like germs having a society like ours. Oh yeah, this was the one I was telling you about. Yeah, with Education Minister Erica Stanford announces new subjects for Year 11 to 13, including options like data science, electronics, and mechatronics, music technology, and civil politics and philosophy. All the people who can teach those subjects have gone to Australia. And I just thought that was a fucking great comment, unfortunately. I also, this one's showing again, but I just find it interesting how there seems to be a bit of a war going on at the moment. I kind of just had a look at their Facebook pages, and it almost feels like they're doing like little like cat fight, but through Facebook posts. It's quite interesting. Like they apparently are trying to be like, yay, we're banning paywave surcharges. And like, as you can see, people are just laughing and roasting them in the comments. They're also taking this weird approach, which I thought was kind of like, yeah, that was my face when I saw it. I was like, okay, I can see the dog whistling. It's almost like maybe there was stuff going on around that time that was kind of like creating a bit of a unique situation and context.
Does that mean they're now at 205%? 290% of what? And 85% down from what?
I don't know, man. I didn't come here to do maths, but I don't think National are good at maths either. Because then I also noticed these. So, you know, like they're posting, when the economy grows, Kiwis do better. A strong economy isn't built overnight. It takes smart decisions and clear plan. National is delivering both, which that also had a lot of haha reacts. And then you've got it juxtaposed with this one from a similar time. The number of people withdrawing from their KiwiSaver to meet living costs has gone up by 51% in the last year alone. A shocking indictment of Luxon's failure to meet the cost of living. And I guess we'll leave it there. Because I just thought it would be... We're a little lower on memes since I couldn't include other ones. So I thought, why don't we have
I'm
a look?
sure they
'Cause honestly,
dominated the last couple of days, those memes.
But also, I feel like National's just Facebook posts are kind of memes in of themselves, so...
And memes are not the way that they would like them to be memes. So.
No.
They're memes for us.
Yeah, I think they think they're like smart and onto it when they're really just making themselves look stupid.
Yeah.
All right, what's next on our agenda? Hopefully something more positive.
Well, kind of. Speaking of, I'll show you this then first because this is actually kind of funny. Speaking of people that don't know how to use social media, I was going to say old people don't know how to use social media, which is related to this specifically, but maybe not necessarily his 7 social media peoples in Luxon's thing.
Yeah.
So, Whanganui MP Carls Bates has gone under fire for not declaring 25 properties he and his family are linked to. I wasn't going to show this, Magenta.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It's fine. You can if you want. This story broke out on thanks to the New Zealand Herald. I'll go into this in a second, but just because we've segued from social media, he had to delete something. Essentially, in a reply to an online debate on the controversy, a commenter said, so he sought advice from the registrar, one of New Zealand's most senior and respected public servants, and acted accordingly to the advice he received. End of story. Keep up the good work, Carl. Except that came from Carl.
Oh my god, where's that Obama meme?
Oh, good. So whoever is in charge of his Facebook account forgot to switch over from that page's account back to their personal account. So it didn't look great. Yeah, it's a terrible oopsie.
Embarrassing.
It is kind of embarrassing, but it's embarrassing probably more so for the staff than it is for him. But to put some perspective, I really appreciated Mountui on this because they pointed out how ridiculous the comparison with Michael Woods is, the Labour MP who was told repeatedly, again and again and again, to declare or to sell up his shares that he had because of a conflict of interest, and it took way too long, and it became a big thing because they were just like, just fire him already, quickly, like they would have done it ages ago. It's a conflict of interest, whatever, and it's hypocrisy now. But to put in perspective, the value of Michael Wood's shares was around $12,000, with Bates owning 25 properties. It's speculated that the cost of his 25 properties, apart from the $500,000 in profit. Oh, where is it?
I saw
Bates' portfolio is very. No, it's Bates's portfolio is very conservatively estimated at $8 to $10 million, which would mean that Woods was about 0.14% of what Bates owned.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. So.
No wonder they're the fucking party of landlords.
But also just
petting your own ass.
Mountain Dew doing the hard yakka. Hard yards.
Honestly, so
Bates also benefits from national change in the Bright Line test. Same one that Luxon used to good effect, where he pocketed tax-free sales of a $500,000 profit from 2 investment properties sales last year. That was Luxon. He's also benefited from the 138 state homes Chris Bishop cancelled in Whanganui this year. He has significantly benefited from the $3 billion in tax breaks that Luxon gave people like himself in the first term. So
that's insane.
He is. I can't remember what the number was. I think it's something like 75. How many houses he owns? Like, no, it doesn't make any sense. He owns a good number in the area. Yeah, but 25. Yeah. I don't know. And the reason that this is a bit of a an awkward one is because of the way that trusts work in like your portfolios and assets and things. So the MPs must declare any real property in which they have an interest, including property owned by a trust of which they are a beneficiary. But Bates used a grey area, a loophole, the same one that dinged Labour's Michael Woods. Chris Knox writes, Wood was the beneficiary of a trust that owned shares. The registrar argued that he should have, but also noted that the rules may not make it clear that members must, under certain circumstances, declare shareholdings held in trusts. So yeah, a bit of a awkward grey area. But I don't think that if you hold properties and you're making changes to property, asset sales, all of those things, bright line tests, if you're a landlord and you're changing tax rebates for tax cuts for landlords, you shouldn't. It's a conflict of interest, just as it would as if you were making changes to. It basically puts you in a position that, and I don't know if you can go across the full spectrum of things and say you can't hold any shares in anything, because if you're in government and you hold shares in anything, then you could be benefiting from what your party is doing, or whether or not it's just if you're in that portfolio in that seat and you hold shares in that. For example, if you're in gas and mining and you hold shares in gas exploration and mining, then it's a conflict of interest, right? But is it a conflict? Like, can you hold shares at all if you're a sitting MP? Like, there are to me is kind of like
that could be had around that,
because like holding shares is not is just a normal.
Wow, if you're rich,
I have shares. It's like a drop in the bucket, but I have shares. I have sharesies. I put $50 in.
Must be nice. Fuck.
Do it.
See how
Magenta.
the other half live.
No,
with more money.
Magenta.
I don't got $50.
Put $1 in. Put $1 in. It'll grow to $10. By the time you retire. No, Sharesies is democratizing it, or not democratizing it, but yes, no, you should definitely, whenever you possibly can, if you can put $1 in or whatever, I highly recommend it. But yes, no, I totally understand. It's a when I was in a position where I was able to, I honestly haven't touched it. When I was in a position that I was able to, I did put a little bit into my
I mean, I
portfolio
personally
of $50.
I personally think there is the argument to be had that like MPs probably shouldn't have, you know, kind of stakes in companies that their policies are affecting, because I think it's just, I don't know, it just feels like a bit yuck. And I think in this specific case, because he very clearly has tried to go around and find a loophole, if anything, that's more disgusting and kind of like unacceptable to me. I'm like, okay, so you knew that you shouldn't really do this, but you found the one way you could kind of get away with it. How the fuck can we trust you to be in our government right now? Like, I think that if people are willing to do that kind of shit, that says a lot about who they are. And it says a lot about how they, you know, hold themselves and act in the world. And if that's how they see it, especially in a job where, like, to be honest, I don't know if you watched Kahurangi on last night, but seeing how personally, emotionally invested she is in her job, I'm like, we need more of that. Like, sure, we don't want people to be so overly fucking, like, emotionally involved that it becomes to a detriment, of course. Like, we don't want that. But I think that there needs to be more politicians who genuinely want to fucking help, because that is supposed to be their job. They are supposed to work for us, not the other way around. So I personally think that he should be reprimanded quite intensely, if not honestly kicked off of his spot, because I mean, I know Luxon won't, but yeah, I just don't think that he should be, I don't know, it just doesn't give confidence that he is someone that could be trusted.
Yeah.
When he's clearly about
the holding
self-benefit.
holding shares is a really strange one. I think the only way that you can do it, like, because obviously, like, what do? Do you sell it? You tell someone to, because KiwiSaver and retirement fund, right? That's still, like, they're not quite the same in a way. But they are also kind of the same.
I mean,
but you can't.
I think because
no, actually, no, they aren't the same because they're restricted in use.
They're also supposed to end up replacing our superannuation anyway.
Yeah.
So
and they're restricted on use, so you can't withdraw. So yeah.
Well, yeah, like you have to have really good reasons. Like that's why, like they've seen an increase because. Yeah, like I've got a KiwiSaver, but I would not consider that me having stocks and shares in something, because that's just my nationalized plan that they're trying to slowly wean us off of superannuation and do it ourselves. Like that's what it's always been.
Yeah.
So yeah, I saw someone comment like, "Do I have a KiwiSaver?" I do, but it doesn't count.
Not the same. I think the only way I can really see it working, probably at least like as a step towards probably a better system in general, is freezing. You should have to freeze your shares and assets for I don't know, like 3 years post you being a minister or like being in parliament, because essentially if you freeze while you're in, but you immediately freeze afterwards, any of the changes you've made, you could easily benefit. But if you're no longer in government 3 years later, like in theory, you shouldn't have any political influence anymore. You're not part of it. So that's the only way I can really see that would be fair.
I think it could be a way to definitely do that. It would be one that I think would have to have a lot of talks about, you know, where you set limits and like, because, you know, if you can do something like that, that would be great. I just think actively holding something like that is just, especially because if you're actually choosing to invest, like my money goes to my KiwiSaver and it does it how it does. A lot of people aren't like in the weeds of where that money's going. If you know it's going to something that your government are passing through, it's just, definitely would be good to have a way to, even if it's like, for 10 years, it's frozen. There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a little fun news. Let's
Yeah.
just put that out there. There's a lot of news out there, but that was just one that I was like, really, Jesus Christ! Just
Oh,
a reminder: landlords suck.
Scumlord.
Being a property owner,
Scumlord.
being a property owner makes you a piece of shit. I'm sorry, no one needs 25 homes. And I actually no, I posted something on Blue Sky, which was when I saw that story, I made a joke where I was like, oh yeah, it's okay to own 25 homes. If you then do it as a rent to buy scheme where you're basically helping people get into their home and then the rent that they're
Exactly.
paying basically pays for that. Like if you think that if you're buying out houses and then being a landlord for a social good, the only social good is if you are helping those people then move into their house as a permanent dwelling. Because long-term accommodation, long-term secure accommodation is a foundation of someone's stability in life. And that would be doing a social good. If you're renting it out, that's paying off the mortgage. And then when you sell up, you get capital gains free interest. And it basically pays for your retirement, not the renter's retirement. Yours is the landlord's retirement. You fucked me over and you've benefited. And I've basically paid for your retirement and I haven't got anything to show for it, essentially. So
Also,
if you want to be a good
because we
landlord,
have
rent to buy schemes.
because we have an amazing community. Look what we already got in Discord.
Oh, Jesus.
Peter Syme coming in with the juice tonight. Thank you, Peter. Exactly what I was imagining. And hey, maybe
fucking
that could be
boomer
the
thing to do.
thumbnail for this segment of our talk.
I'll go and get it afterwards. Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks.
exactly. So good, so good.
All right. I see a Gaza in the
Oh, don't
And the-
ruin my surprises. Ruining my
see a
surprises.
Gaza in the window.
Oh,
Is that-
too
is that-
excited. Ems is out because we were too excited. Fine, let's go. We got a new emoji, guys, and it's one of the best ones so far. Also, there was criticism from a certain faction person in Discord about the names of my emojis from last week. I used my phone, it uploaded them weird. I have now fixed the names of last week's emojis, so they are all coded under our names. Better be happy. But also, go use the Gary Childs emoji. Honestly, this one's probably going to be one of my new, most used emojis in the chat. It's gonna be great. Also had some anti-woke. What's the difference between the left and right? Pre-election, the left fight amongst themselves and the right wins. Post-election, the right fight amongst themselves and we lose. And honestly, maybe we should take some of that on board and take some of that feedback. No fighting. No fucking fighting, you two. Which, I mean, it's definitely been a tense week. If jobs were hairstyles, health minister, startup consulting and private equity. Winston's Army, 1st Division, light armored. For those who are not watching, it's a line of the elderly all on scooters with honestly an array of umbrellas and hats and God knows what going to the polling booth.
I would love to know where that came from.
Yeah, actually, that's fair. Oh, but yes, we have Pablo chocolate bar. Yes.
I missed the
Yeah.
chat. What the fuck was that about?
Oh, okay. Don't worry. I came in, I had to rewatch a bunch of this week. So because Chewie, he was saying how when he goes over to England, he's got so much Whittaker's chocolate with him. He feels like he should have some kind of mafia style name for kind of, smuggling all this chocolate over the border. And then I believe Peter Syme was the one that came up with the name Pablo Chocolate Bar, which obviously Chewie decided was his favorite. And then someone has gone and, I don't know if it was Peter or someone, has gone and made this awesome picture. But you know what? I love it. It's great.
Ooh.
Oh, yes. Someone's put up a staff room from the Inter-Islander. Coffee cups, please clean in return. And featuring some beautiful blue mugs that shall be coming very soon, I hear. So that's exciting. I don't know why, but yeah, someone's just gone, let me be blunt, and made her dark print and edit. And I love it. I should probably make this an emoji too next week, because there's one of me like that.
Jesus.
Maybe we'll have to get one of you and Chewie like that, so it can just be all of, like, we've all got our foo-foo form.
I don't go crazy red-eye foo form.
Oh,
I'm
give it
chill.
time. Give it time. By the time we get to the election next year, we'll see if you're still saying that.
I used to be like that streamer who just goes like, no, and just like fucking rips his keyboard out and like the whole screen shaking. Is that what I need to do? Is that how I get it?
Just grab the webcam, just like, ah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Why
soft
not?
pink eye.
Oh God, no. But yeah, we got old Davy boy going thumbs up for Māori Ward.
David Seymour.
This one has obviously been on the show, but it's so good. It's so good. And Cyber Goblin always coming in with the fast memes, and also coming in with my favorite meme this week. Do you know the story behind this one? Corporate needs you to find the difference between a cat and Chewie. Do you know the background?
No.
Okay, so apparently Chewie was saying
Man, is
that
my
one of his-
my BHN law like knowledge not up to par? Oh goodness.
Oh, M's is slipping, funny. No, so Chewie was apparently at work, and one of his co-workers was basically saying to him that he was clearly wanting attention and being annoying, and he's just like a cat. So he started meowing.
Okay,
And
that
honestly-
makes sense. Yes, I do remember
Yes.
that.
Okay, cool.
I've been watching the show this week, but I've been like playing games at the same time and like contemplating the meaning of life altogether.
That's fine.
And so I kind of just
Sometimes-
get like snippets here and there when I'm not actually paying attention. And that was one of them where he was just like, yeah, so I was just being real annoying, and I was like, meow meow. I thought he was doing that to his wife.
No, yeah, this is at work.
So that's even worse. Jeez, Chewie,
Yeah.
calm down.
I mean, hey, that's the tis,
Whatever gets
be
you
like
through
that
the retail
sometime.
workday.
right? And then I think we'll have to save the rest for after our next slot.
Our next one.
What you got for me?
Oh, I don't know. I'm going to call this a fun one
Okay, I hope so.
because it's a political battle.
Wow.
We're calling it a fun one, okay? I promise there was
I do not feel confident in the way you see this, but hope so.
I hope so. Well, today, a day ago, 13 hours ago, in fact, so it's today.
Oh yeah.
We had Eric Stanford and Priyanka Radhakrishnan. There we go. Priyanka Radhakrishnan and Erica Stanford on Hearld NOW with Ryan Bridges. And they were discussing the changes to the education system, which has been recently announced this week. A few bits dropped from the old education minister. I'm going to play a clip of her going through one of the announcements, where she admits that the voluntary bonding scheme that was announced very early in their term, I think. Basically, where in order to get the teacher numbers up, they were looking for people who were outside of the education or outside the qualification or teaching qualification system, perhaps like myself, for example. I have an education in arts and design, so I could go in and be an arts and design teacher. And she said that it failed, so they're pivoting and trying something new, which I'm kind of like, it's a bit of a win. Like, there's no point like harping on about it and being like, no, this is going to work, because otherwise you end up with what Nicola Willis is doing, where she's saying, this is going to work, I'm gonna fucking die on this hill. At least she said, didn't work, we're gonna take that funding, we're gonna try something new. I disappeared.
What's happening?
Guys,
Oh,
What?
oh,
What's going on?
oh,
We
God.
slipped.
I don't know what happened. It's almost like you I think you might have dropped out weirdly, and it was like trying to. I don't know what that was, but that was weird. All right. Knock on
Just
wood.
realized the. Did you change the banner, or did I put the wrong banner up?
No, I changed the banner. I like changing
Oh.
it every now and then. Keep it. You know, there's 2 banners.
Also, the email does still work.
Yeah.
It's not the correct email, but it does still work. I can't remember what the correct email. Sorry. Mail
No,
at
don't be sorry.
bhn.nz. I think. Yeah.
bhn.nz.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Deep diving and multitasking don't work, is it? Because I fucking.
I think we found out why it just got weird. Your cat is obviously just
No.
pulling antics.
No. Okay. So yeah, let's have a listen to Erica Stanford, who basically says my plan failed, but hey, we're trying something new, where we're basically going to incentivize teachers to go to rural schools by, wait for it, paying them more.
Whoa!
A monetary incentive to move their lives to rural New Zealand? What? Yeah. So let's see what she has to say. See what she has to say for herself, Erica.
Teachers.
Look, yeah, we know that we've done a huge amount of work to get teachers into training, record levels, and into the classroom, but it can be quite lumpy, especially for our small, rural and isolated schools. And our existing voluntary bonding schemes just haven't been working, and so we're announcing a new one today. I'm bringing you exclusively. Look, it's a $40,000 package. It's the biggest we've offered, ramping up, from year one from about 6,000 right up to 11,000 in the final year. We'll have 185 places a year. We're being a lot more flexible about it. Not only is it new teachers, but it could be highly experienced teachers too. So those small and rural schools who need access to an expert teacher can now use this scheme, and we're making it more flexible for them too. It doesn't have to be a full-time teacher, it could be a 0.3 of a teacher too. So the Rural Schools Association have been lobbying us for this, and we're delivering.
Do you know how many?
What do you think of that last sentence there, Magenta?
I mean, I know what she means by 0.3, but it sounds weird.
No, not that.
Not that bad.
Did you hear it? No.
Have a teacher too. So the Rural Schools Association have been lobbying us for this, and we're delivering.
Do you know how many schools will be?
Okay,
Word
yeah, no,
lobbying.
I heard that. But to be fair, I mean, are we surprised? We're questioning Māori wards, but we're not questioning fucking rural wards.
I mean, the CTU is probably also lobbies the government to do certain things as well, but I do find it funny when they're just blatantly oh yeah, we've been lobbied to do this. Okay, cool. If you
Yeah, it's when it suits
how
them. They will
How?
always be honest about it when it suits them, when it's like, oh, we're doing good.
I will be honest. Yeah.
Not yet,
Um,
nah.
Let's see what Priyanka says about this. Also talking a wee bit about the curriculum changes in there again, but it's stuff we've already heard before. So he throws it to Priyanka to have a to give her thoughts. She's not education minister spokesperson for Labour, but she's kind of been thrown into this. Yeah, give her thoughts on what she thinks on this idea, this new thing, this new policy that's just been announced. What are your thoughts on this thing that you've just heard?
Good idea.
Look, I mean, obviously I've just heard the announcement. We don't know how much it costs either. It sounds like a little bit, a little, well, too little, too late, a little bit is what I think. Because
You really should have done it when you were in. That's true.
We did a fair bit with teachers, to be fair. But
bitchy.
we've heard with the whole new qualification system, people don't know what that is. There's consultation on that. And now the new subjects. We know that teachers have been saying there aren't enough teachers. So, but, anything, it's a step in the right direction, but I don't think it's enough.
Okay.
I was going to say something. Yeah, this is snarky little. But I mean, we see it from everyone. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, the passive
Particularly
aggression
snarky.
has of National is quite high.
Yes. Oh, damn it. I was going to say something and I can't remember. Rah.
I hate when that happens.
Thoughts?
I mean, I don't know. There doesn't really seem to be a lot. Like, I mean, I think what Priyanka said is probably relatively fair. It does seem a bit little too late, but also, I mean, hey, as long as it helps, I'm happy, especially if they're actually focusing in an area that's going to benefit people, because we've got to take whatever tiny little fucking win we can.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. The curriculum changes are out for consultation. They've given teachers 5 days on the very last week of term 3. So they're expected.
What the fuck?
I know. They're like, hey, term three's, you know, it's not anything important. It's not like the term before you pretty much have like 4 weeks before your exams type thing. It's not when you do mock exams. It's probably not the most like intense term. And I think every single teacher around the country will agree with me. Term 3 kind of sucks. Let's put this out for consultation. You've only got 5 days to do it, and it happens to be the very last week of the term. They couldn't even wait a week for the first week of the holidays. That whole week where they're just like, oh, you don't do jack shit in the first week, or in your holidays. So, yeah, I know, exactly. Why didn't they just wait another 5 days or another week?
Well, we know why, because
5 days.
Because they're trying to make there's things they do this with so many consultations. Like, I remember when I was working in with Te Pukenga and a bunch of stuff back then, the amount of times we'd get given these massive documents that we're somehow supposed to read, synthesize, and then reply to, all within often like 5, maybe 2 weeks if you're lucky. But that's usually on the quite big jobs as well, where, you know, it takes quite a bit of fucking time to sit there and actually digest everything. And it's all on purpose, because they want to make people not be able to have the time. Especially term 3, my God. I kind of forgot that. Makes sense, though. My birthday's always around term 3 holidays.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Right on schedule.
Well, it's awkward with my birthday. It would always be either like the last week of term 3 or like in the holidays when everyone's just fucked off and gone away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the worst and best part, right? Because you're like, oh, it's the holidays. I don't have to go to school on my birthday. But then you're like, no one's here to celebrate my birthday.
Yeah, because they've all gone on holiday with their family or whatever. Or they've gone to their nanas. Yeah.
It's shipped away because their parents are like, fuck you, I'm out.
Well, yeah, and especially like, I think what made me kind of think is this, like, I feel like the teachers have enough going on at the moment. Like, I'm sure you've seen about like the PPTA recommending that they reject that pay thing. Yeah, like they've got so much mahi going on right now. And yeah, God, our teachers deserve better. So much better.
Yeah. So the second thing that he pops on here about in terms of education was the subjects that have been announced. I think you pulled up before, there was data science, there was AI studies, I think is one, politics is one, mechatronics is one. And then I think this is basically what they're asking teachers to submit on the next 5 days. What they think about it. But Priyanka gives another no, I'm not cutting anything other than Brian basically saying, what do you think of all these subjects? And then Priyanka goes,
skipping over Ryan.
Again, a little too late. And then Erica again goes, sorry. I can't read what she says. You can find out for yourselves.
You thought shouldn't be on there?
It's more the delay in announcing what those subjects are is what we're hearing. So the minister's consulting on the qualifications framework. And as teachers say, they're being expected to talk about the way they assess something without knowing the details of what it is that's being assessed.
Should we talk about delays?
I
Because most
also
of,
know
hang on a minute, most of the
there's concern-
subjects that we've,
no.
We'll let Priyanka finish her
all right, sure.
I know there's also concern for disabled learners. The Minister's own cabinet paper says that this will potentially lower attainment rates for neurodiverse communities, disabled learners.
Most of the, or a lot of the subjects we announced were previously announced by Chris Hipkins. So in 2021, Chris Hipkins announced a range of new subjects, of which hardly any they actually implemented. Te ao haka, but he also, for example, announced Pacific Studies and then did nothing about it. There was a whole range of topics and subjects that he announced and then did nothing about.
To be fair to
So
him,
we're doing
all
this.
you have done so far is announce a list, right?
But we're writing them right now. They'll be available early next year, term one.
Early next. So when will
Favourite.
teachers see them?
Term one next year.
And when
this
will
is
they
the
start
senior
teaching
secondary.
them?
Not till 2028, so there's a very long lead-in. So in that time frame, we're putting together a crack team of implementation specialists. We'll be talking to teachers about what they need for really good implementation, lesson plans, PLD days, implementation packs. We're going to do a roadshow, jumbo days. It's going to be quite huge, but actually
What's
we're
a
delivering
what's
a
a
jumbo
jumbo
day.
day?
It's very exciting. It's basically where we do it by subject. So we'll say, right, Pacific Studies, for example, all the teachers who are going to be teaching Pacific Studies will get together and have that discussed with
Okay.
them and unpacked in a
Oh, gosh.
Pacific Studies jumbo day.
Well, it sounds like something I wouldn't want to go to, but I'm sure it's fun for teachers.
Whoa, man. What has Ryan
Calm
got
down,
against
Ryan.
Erica? Fucking hell.
I know. I'm like, geez, this is weird. It's usually he's the one
usually-
finishing David Seymour's sentences.
Wow,
And,
I
pretty happy to
mean, she
see
is a
some
woman.
right-wingers on.
So,
Honestly, I kind of did cross my mind a little bit of like, I don't think he gives a shit because she's kind of a woman that'll push
well,
back.
yeah, he usually fluffs whoever's on the coalition side. So that was weird. Like, fucking weird misogyny from Ryan, but also no surprises there. I'm sure he's a very nice guy.
Well, there is a point that I sort of skipped through before where I was talking about the numbers and she's like, oh, I don't know the numbers off the top of my head. We've only just announced it. And he throws back at her like, well, you're the Minister for Education. You should know these numbers off the top of your head. Fair call. But it was like,
Yeah.
what the calm down, Ryan. What is this? Like, it's
Yeah, no, he was real fucking
Is this him
firing
trying-
back the shots.
Yeah, I was like, is this him trying to be like unbiased or whatever? But like, no. Yeah.
wonder, maybe-
Ryan's pushing back a little bit today. I don't know.
Maybe he just kind of got
Interesting.
swept up in, like, she started the passive aggressive vibe, so maybe he was just getting, the energy. But also, 28.
Yeah.
Get
okay,
fucked.
well, in fairness, this is good, right? Well, kind of. I think about it, maybe not. It is fair that they're giving it a long. It's not really a tail; it's the opposite. Like they're giving it a long runway, so that you're not just being all like, "Oh yeah, no, it'll be ready in term one next year, and you're going to teach it." Like that's good that they're not just being like, "You're going to teach it next year; it's going to be offered." It's good that they're getting the consultation and things, but like if that's the case and it's not getting sort of implemented to 2028, why not just extend the consultation period to the end of the year? Like,
mean-
that's what I don't understand. It's like, no, we've got to do all of this now, but also once we've got all of this stuff that has to get done, we're going to be good and we're going to wait and we're going to do all these resources because they take time and, oh, look, we're not even going to be there when it's getting implemented. So then we can go, we did stuff, blame Labour because they got rid of it when they were, like, it's that kind of shit. It leaves the door open for that, but...
Well, I mean, what really got me was when she's like, oh, but we're actually writing it at the moment. So what's the point in all of this big, like, obviously having a little bit of a corridor being like, hey, teachers, we're thinking about expanding this. We'd like to have your consultation. And, like, this is something that we're looking to work towards. But it almost feels like, like when a game announces that the game is being made, but then the game does, like GTA 6, Like, did you really
Hollow
need
Knight,
to
which
announce it
did
right now?
get released.
That
did
did
get
get
released.
released.
Took a
And
while, but it did get released.
Borderlands 4 came out today, and I'm really sad I can't play.
Yeah, we picked it up.
Oh, fuck you. Let me use your
gonna
account.
stream it.
No. Oh, you bitch. I'm so jealous. I've been playing Borderlands 3 so much recently. But anyway, sidetracking.
Nice.
It just feels a little bit like that. It just feels like they're kind of making a bigger announcement than maybe needs to be made. Like, cool, if you're actually going to, because like you say, I do think there is a benefit to actually taking the time to make sure that things are quality and that they've, run how we're going to actually phase things in and made a proper plan. But yeah, it just seems a bit weird to kind of act like, oh, well, we're doing so much more than Chris did. Because, yeah, Chris Hipkins, was the Prime Minister for the tiny little end of Labour's run?
He was Education Minister at some point.
Yeah, true.
So, yeah, it was his portfolio, but yeah.
Yeah. Just seems like she's kind of making a bigger deal about it than it needs to be. And yeah, it seems unfair to give teachers 5 days when the shit's coming out in 3 years of supposedly.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it's this whole thing of like we're getting things done and we're getting them done fast. But at the same time, we're going to take our time and do it correctly. If that's the case, then why not give the sector more time to consult and get their head around it and actually come up with some reasons why, good or bad, what changes you could make, as opposed to going, cool, you've had 5 days, you've had your say, okay, cool, we're going to continue on and we're going to do exactly what we're going to do regardless of the consultation.
Well, I don't even feel like it gives the
like
teachers time to think about the whole thing. It's a lot to consider and actually kind of, get your thoughts kind of prioritized and, maybe have discussions with other teachers so you guys can kind of really, digest it and kind of mull over it.
The other thing too is, so I've just pulled this up because I was like, okay, so what's the subject? Something that she noted when she announced the big curriculum and CEA changes was there were so many subjects. One of the things was like, oh, there are so many subjects that could be pushed into one, like social sciences, for example, was getting expanded far and beyond what it like reasonably should. But I can't even zoom in. Fuck you.
Right click and see if you can open image in another tab.
It's a good point. Thank you.
Gotcha.
There we go.
Yeah, using my diploma.
Looking at some of these, they're not exactly. I'm actually, to be fair, the data science thing. That's the household statistician said that he agrees that statistics actually should be called data sciences because it is data science. It's much more appropriate than statistics. But here we've got earth and space science. Then you've got primary industry. You've got health and well-being services. Under technology, this has been expanded quite some. So you've got materials and processing technology, and under that comes electronics and mechatronics, automotive engineering, building and construction, infrastructure engineering, mechanical engineering. You've got digital technologies, which is pretty much the same. Spatial and product design. Spatial and product design has been, it's I don't know why it's there 3 times. Then you've got, this has pretty much stayed the same with the added Te Ao Haka, which is cool. Good to see that. Good to see that's added in. And then you got your social sciences, which
it's year levels. That's why it's different names each column.
Yeah. Sorry, I lost that first. You've got business studies, economics, tourism, hospitality, geography, history, classical studies. Not a lot of that's changed. Religious studies, it hasn't changed. Then you've got civics, politics, and philosophy. I know philosophy was in the curriculum, so now it's been connected into with civics and politics. Arguably, that kind of came under history for a lot of,
I feel like though psychology and philosophy, like philosophy was technically the beginning of psychology, so it does make sense to pair those two, in my opinion.
It's split. So civics, politics, and philosophy, and then psychology, it's its own thing.
Oh, like I mean them being in the same like purple category. It makes sense.
No, yeah. I mean as in like these as individual subjects.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's not a whole lot of changes there either. Civic languages. Didn't realize they were split so many. That's pretty cool. That's very cool.
Yeah, and everything with the double star is what they're currently building and consulting on. From what it says at the bottom.
So, these are the ministry will commission industry skills boards to develop, and it represents a new subject. So, is sociology, this one. So we've got 3 in that category, which are new. These
the
ones are being
one-stars were
developed
different.
with. The 1-starts are represents a new subject. The
as a new one,
2s are the
okay.
ones that they're doing is like the
Right.
trades thing. That's where they're developing
Oh, yeah.
alongside
Okay, that makes sense.
the sectors. So there's a few. So those ones those already were part of the curriculum, but they're obviously getting redeveloped to be part of the trades side of things. Further mathematics, applied mathematics, those are new. These are, yeah, I've thought so. Electronics, mechatronics, all of these ones are part of that trades program. And then music technology. Music technology is quite interesting as well, that it's been added. But, like, it seems odd because when she announced the NCEA changes, one of the things that she noted is there was a big bloat in the system. But it seems to me that they've bloated the system even more. Have they not?
Well, I was just reading this comment being like, might be showing my age, but how the fuck are schools supposed to support all these subjects? And I do think that there is definitely an element of that. Obviously, not all of those subjects would be given to every single child, because a lot of the time, you know, you get to year, 10 and 11 and they start letting you pick some of your different subjects, and, you know, so they're obviously not going to be giving every student like, they'll probably give them tasters like they used to do when I was an intermediate in high school, I'm assuming, where you kind of get to try a little bit of all the different classes and then pick which one you wanted. But I don't know how well they're going to be supporting all of that, given how terribly they're treating our teachers.
Yeah, exactly. So the way that it works is that schools will offer certain subjects based on the teaching staff, essentially. So for example, if you have a teacher who is hired and to do maybe one of the core subjects that they already teach at the school, like mathematics, for example, then they might look at your other qualifications and go, you know, where's your allocation, where's the need, and also what can you add on to the school. So I think an example I can think of is someone had, it was like Mandarin, I think it was. So they were able to add that to the curriculum that the school could offer. In the coming year. So it really is based on the teachers that you have working at the school for what you can offer. And if they've already got an established curriculum in the school, then they lose the teacher that can teach that, then they'll just hire someone to fill their role. Otherwise, they'll have to cut that subject because they've got no one to teach it. So,
well, yeah, I remember even in intermediate, like, there were some teachers who were teaching languages they actually knew, and then you could tell the teachers who were just kind of going through what they've been given, and they're kind of both learning at the same time. Don't know if they still do that now.
Sorry, I was reading a comment. Yes. This also, if you're an English major, like if you go through the secondary school system, if you go through the university system and then teach and then do the post diploma and then teaching, if you have like an English degree, your like subjects that you can teach is like it's like all of the English subjects and all of the social science subjects. If you have a degree in art, I'm pretty sure you could teach like all of these, which is weird. Like, okay, maybe not all of them, but a good number of these you can teach. Like classical studies and your religious studies and all that sort of stuff. You can teach that.
Yeah, I'm like, so I guess if I went and got my postgrad diploma in teaching, I could be a psychology teacher. That's fucking terrifying. I don't like that.
You could.
To be fair,
and
I
I'm sure
was
there are
actually
other
going
things
to
you could
get.
teach as well.
I wanted to go get a postgrad diploma in teaching, and then I saw how they treat our teachers, and I went, you know what? No, thank you. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, well, that's it for me.
That's it from you? That's all
Yeah.
you got? All right.
Do
you want some memes?
Giving you the TLDR on education.
Do we want some memes, or do we want me to show us a couple of small things? Might have a couple of things.
Show some small things. My cat is going fucking nuts. What's my teaching?
Cat's trying to sabotage the stream. All right. Well, I thought we could have a look at something that I found today. I want to say this was in the Discord, but it might not have been. Actually, you know what? It's awkward to watch a video without M's, so what we're going to do is, I saw there was a comment here from Gary saying your plans to get to Auckland for the march fell apart and you're sad, but I don't know if people are also aware, but there has been changes made to the hikoi tomorrow. So I will just pop that up. So yes, there's a new route that's going to be happening for the March for Humanity tomorrow. Instead of going over the harbour bridge, they're changing because due to weather with high wind. So obviously they know people have travelled from across Aotearoa to join the protests. They will proceed tomorrow. The march will begin at Aotea Square at 9:30 a.m. and conclude at Victoria Park. So yeah, if any of you were going to that, just be aware that it has changed. No more going over the harbour bridge because the wind's predicted to be quite insane. So yeah, just wanted to let you guys know about that one. And now that we've got Miss M's here, we will look at the... Oh, fuck. Pressed the wrong button. Man, that could have been so smooth. No, this was just a small video news thing I found.
Oh.
But watching the news without you is awkward, so we just looked at that one first. Okay, let me just make sure the sound's up. Yeah.
Promise they would cancel Labour's Three Waters reform and replace it with something cheaper. Well, they did cancel the project, but not the cost. That cost has now fallen squarely on councils who have passed that cost on to you, the ratepayers, leaving households paying higher rates than ever before. So for the uninitiated, under Labour's Three Waters plan, the average Kiwi household was projected to pay around $1,300 a year by 2054. Now, under National's replacement, Local Water Done Well scheme, households are facing $2,400 a year, almost double the original estimate. It doesn't stop there, however, because the scrapping of Three Waters has had a massive cost as well. And if you are somebody who was outraged by the $800 million Nikki No Boat disaster, then get
Also, shout out to the Nikki No Boat. I'm assuming they watch, and if you're watching tonight, fucking shout out, bro, but we'll let you keep going.
Hell yeah.
ready, because that cost pales in comparison to the $1.6 billion scrapping of the Three Waters project. That is billion with a B. Do you want to know what $1.6 billion looks like in this country? 2,000 state houses in a homelessness crisis, 12,000 MRI machines, 2,000 new classrooms, 2,000 kilometres of roading.
Also, isn't MRI machines what they needed at Dunedin Hospital? Pretty sure it was one of them.
1,200 public transport projects, and I know this is a crazy idea, but please bear with me. It could have been used to improve our crumbling water infrastructure, which is what Three Waters would have promised. Three Waters was meant to centralise drinking water, wastewater and stormwater services into 10 publicly owned entities. That $1.6 billion went into setting up councils, building infrastructure and compensating local authorities. Thanks to its scrapping, that money has been completely wasted. Now, you might be thinking, well, if we're paying double, surely that would mean us getting world-class water infrastructure, right? Right? Wrong! Because Three Waters plan to replace the 67 separate council-run water systems with 10 bigger regional ones. The idea was that by working together we could save money, hire skilled experts to run things properly, borrow more easily for upgrades, and finally invest in making sure our drinking water is safe, our wastewater is treated properly, and our stormwater systems can handle heavy rain. In short, it was meant to...
Also, I don't know if you're aware, but there's... This is acting weird on my screen too. There we go. There's actually a city in the Northland that doesn't have drinkable water. I know, I can't... I'll have to find it because me and Rogers told me about it when we were doing an Aotearoa tonight. Yeah, so like there's actually a city in Northland that does not have drinkable water, which I thought was insane. And so yeah, I just saw this and I was like, first of all, Nikki No Boats, shout out. But also, no, we're getting a worse version of Three Waters. Yet again, just copying Labour's homework and making it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a good time.
When you list it all like that, someone just said it makes me want to scream. Yeah, it does. It's infuriating.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Really shitty things is like the Three Waters thing could have been a win for them because it would have been implemented under National, basically. They just continued it. They could have taken their fucking workings and then taken the credit for it. Like, they are so fucking dumb when it comes to political strategy sometimes.
I don't even think it's
like,
dumbness.
so...
They're just doing what works for them. Like,
but they don't think I know, but like they don't even think about the easy wins, right? They just campaign outside of it without knowing enough of the details and probably not thinking it through and just sort of going, three waters, iwi tribal takeover of your waters and rile people out just to get the votes. But now they've put us in a shittier situation. When if they hadn't rallied against it and they'd just gone, oh, cool, that'll be under us and we can go tick, tick, tick. We did something good. We fixed the country. Oh, cool. We're elected for another 3 years. But now they're looking at it being a one-term government. Like, it's just so fucking dumb.
Also, Dots pointed out, I don't know if you've watched Guy Williams' new series, New Zealand Tomorrow, but yeah, they talk about how Canterbury catchment has the worst nitrate levels in New Zealand and it's affecting health. Like, it's really frustrating to see this stuff just be done so much worse, because this directly affects the health and well-being of not only the people on this land but the biodiversity and the ecosystem itself. And it's frustrating to see them basically sacrifice our well-being so that they can just get what they want. But yeah, that one wasn't as fun, but I thought it's very important to kind of
good on
see
them,
all of that. Shout out to the guy who made that one. And then there was also, in my little email box today, got a email from the Greens, since I am a member. They are calling for an extension on Māori ward referendum. So I don't know if some of you are aware, but there have been areas around the country that they've left out Māori ward candidates. And so they're obviously, that's fuck. It says key information about Māori wards missing from election pack could influence the course of the referendum. This is not good enough. Which I totally agree. Like, the fact that we're even having this referendum and then conveniently, these Māori ward things have been, oh no, it must have been a glitch in the system. Okay, why was it only affecting the Māori wards then? Like, it's, first of all, fucking disgusting. But yes, so the Greens are calling for an extension. And that, I believe, I don't know if there's any way you can kind of sign into it. But, there is a letter to the Electoral Commission attached that you can sign. But yeah, just thought if you weren't aware of that, I don't know if you had heard about the Māori wards missing from.
I did. It did come into my inbox as well, yeah.
It's pretty shit. And honestly, it just feels like they've so masked off that at this point, can we just say, they're being really racist. And this is very targeted. Like, it's like, well, I mean, we talked to Tory in 5 years. If this does not get through in these different years, 5 years, that's going to lock Māori out of a seat they deserve to have in council. And it's fucking infuriating, to be honest. I also don't know if you saw the news today about Tākuta. There wasn't much, but they had an update. Yeah. Which I thought was interesting.
It was accosted at the airport. Be like, why didn't you say sorry? it's a bit of a weird one, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your take on it? Because I think it's a bit fucking weird too. Well, yes and no.
I haven't I've already seen the commentary on what he said, but it sounds like to me that what he said is perhaps been misunderstood.
I mean,
No?
it's just
No, it's
racist,
pretty black and
no matter
white?
which-
Okay.
Black, white, and yellow, probably he would say.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Then ignore me. My
I have
opinion is invalid.
always held the belief that first post to his Instagram, I genuinely believe that he meant to press the close friends story, and like might have accidentally published it, because it came across as something that you would say more to people who knew you, not something you would like. I genuinely think that he was accidentally did it. I mean, he could have done it on purpose, which is even worse, but yeah, it just seems like it's something that comes from a more genuine place, especially because you see the double down that he did. And also, I don't know if people noticed, but Winnie actually pointed out a really interesting point. He did that rant on a full moon. And we all know that New Zealand hires more bouncers on a full moon, and the full moon affects you. So, interesting little just side thing there. But yeah, it definitely seems like he's got some. I've heard similar things basically growing up, similar rhetoric that I grew up in, and while I think there could have been some ways that he could maybe have said things better, he said it the way he meant it. I think like he's not apologized, he's doubled down, and I mean, I don't know if this whole getting him to sort out his act or whatever that's supposed to mean, according to thing, I don't know. I think he'd have to really prove himself, in my opinion, to actually stay where he is. Because I think that having that that kind of ugliness in yourself, I don't know if it's the right space for you to be in then, when it comes to being in Parliament, because like Rawiri and Debbie always say, what's good for Māori is good for everyone else. I think it's...
But that doesn't mean that you put Māori above everyone else.
No, absolutely not. And that's the other part too, is it was stupid to begin with, because they were campaigning for a Māori person, Māori seat.
Yeah.
So like, it was just...
It was unnecessary.
Stupid to begin... Yeah, it was just weirdly racist, and it's just not acceptable. I do think that there should be genuine repercussions. Like, I don't know if he should stay. The same way, like, when Andrew Bailey said horrible things to someone else, we didn't think that he should stay. I think if you're kind of showing that is a little bit of who you are, like, especially with the double down, like, if he came out and was like, look, yeah, I said that really badly, like, that's some stuff that maybe I got to work on, because internalized racism and all those fun things. But yeah, it was racist. I don't condone it. And I kind of personally think he shouldn't be a sitting MP anymore. That's my opinion.
Well,
yeah.
We'll see what happens. I honestly, I haven't been following it in depthly.
No,
So,
that's so fair.
I don't have a very...
I do at least have a couple of more cheerful things to finish us off with anyway. Well, this one's not necessarily cheerful, but I just wanted to share with you all someone who used to give me a lot of joy and happiness. Can I make this bigger? Why is it being a dick? I hate it when Facebook decides that it wants to basically be the mobile app, but on a computer. It's like, no, that's not how this works. But I guess it is, so we'll give it a go. Some of you may have known about Betty Winkle. She was this awesome content creator who was just like her whole thing was just about, it doesn't matter how old you are, dress fun, like dress how you want to, like look at this amazing, stunning woman.
Is that a workplace siren?
right? Like, and you know, she was all about contoning, you know, happy, like just be joyful, wear what you like. And I just loved her so much. And unfortunately, she did pass away at the age of 97.
Oh.
And so if you hadn't heard about Betty Winkle, I just thought, like, because she's probably like 92 in these pictures ish. So like,
She's such a hottie.
so right? And like,
Well,
I
even,
totally
like, today she's still a hottie. Gee.
right? Like, pop off, sis. I mean, she be on Tinder swiping through those mans, that's for sure. But yeah, if you hadn't heard of Betty Winkle, I just thought she is someone who was really cool, and I want to be this kind of old person. This is the old person that I aspire to be. It's just like authentically myself and all of that. And that's what I really loved about her. And then I got us a little, I guess, positive story. It's actually quite a funny story. It is about a Guinness World Record. I don't know what the audio is, but we'll see what it is, because I mostly just watched this on my phone. So a Kiwi mum has set the new Guinness World Record after running 100-meter barefoot over Lego in 24.75 seconds. And we've got to watch this because it's so impressive. But just look at that. Absolutely gunning it. Like, relatively straight, right? Like, she just...
How?
I don't know. Honestly, she's got some kind of mum strength going on there. Like, you can definitely see it's getting a little harder
off
at
the
the
kid.
end. Yeah.
But
Just
it lasts a
can you
little bit at
imagine?
the end. Oh, my feetsies.
But I just thought everyone deserves to see this absolute mad lad of mum. Absolutely
Why?
fucking... I mean...
Why is that? Why
I
is
feel
it a
like it,
record?
at this point, I feel like people, like, think about it. The Guinness World Book of Records, what, they put one out, like, almost every year kind of vibes. People have just got to come up with more, like, niche kind of, like, specific type of records, I've noticed. Because a lot of them nowadays, they just be like, oh, the first person to do this in this context in this place. It's like, okay, we're trying a bit hard now. But also, yeah, I don't know how she's standing. Honestly, she is just... See, that's the thing is, mums get weird mum strength. And that's my belief. Is she just fucking... I don't know, it gives me the vibe of, like, her kid's drowning, and so she's just like, I must save the child. Oh, okay, apparently she said she worked on getting her calluses up. Honestly, shout out. That's, I mean, good on her. I just thought that was
That's how you do it. Like, it's not like sharp pain. Well, it's not like piercing, but it's
painful.
sharp and uncomfortable.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, I just my feet hurt watching that. So
yeah.
Well, I guess we better go into our last chats and memes. I think most of the chats are just my starred ones. So thank you for noticing my PS1. I appreciate it. My PS2 was up there, but I've moved it because I need to get it fixed. What else do we have in here? Oh yeah, I also like this one from MLB. National posts are the dad joke of memes. Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
Also, this just made me giggle. Not very mindful, not very demure.
I fucking love that. Anytime they can be used. Yes, please.
Absolutely. And then I guess we'll finish off our memes.
Memes!
This is not a meme, but this was actually something that I used to remind myself that, oh God, I didn't open it. Come on, mate. Sort your shit out. So I just wanted to highlight that in our Discord, we've got threads for areas. And I just wanted to shout out to the Waikato BOP region. You guys have been absolutely using that like space so much for actually, you know, figuring out what local candidates and events. And like, I just wanted to say thank you so much for using that space the way that it's meant to be used. I mean, Wellington, we're like nowhere, not quite near you, but we're definitely up there. And I also obviously wanted to kind of encourage people to use those spaces. If you have trouble finding them, you can always @ a moderator or Kiwi Skirt or myself, and we can help you find it. But yeah, I highly recommend people start using those channels, because I've been using the Wellington one for our meetups. So we are going to be having a Wellington meetup on Saturday 27th. Actually, I might as well share this page, shouldn't I? Because it's on Facebook. I decided to make a fucking Facebook event, because why not? I also figured if people can kind of RSVP, I can update the numbers if I need to. Remove that one. So yeah, it's just a little Wellington meetup at 5 p.m. on Saturday 27th of September at Jack Hackett's. A small warning, I didn't realise, but the All Blacks are playing that day. So they've put us away from the sports people. They've put us on the table furthest away. But still, just a warning, there will be sports ball people making noise. I don't
Honestly,
follow sports.
People talking about politics probably louder.
Well, see, that's the thing too, is that I feel like we could have some competitions. But I was also actually thinking,
yelling in the corner, and they'll be like, "Shut up! It's the rugby," and we're just like, "No,
it's the fucking news.
Do this. Labour's not doing good enough. Hipkins isn't doing good enough." And they're just like, "What the fuck are you guys on about?"
Well, what I also thought would be a good idea is, I want to encourage everyone who's watching right now to think about whether you will do your own meetups in your own cities. Because I also thought for this meetup, I'm going to encourage everyone who's coming to the Wellington meetup to bring your voting papers for the local election, so that we can either go post them together or give them to someone to post them for us, or fill them out together even. And other people could do that in other areas where you kind of hey, let's have a meetup in Hamilton, and we'll all meet up at the library, and we'll fucking whatever. But absolutely, I know you have to leave the house, and I'm really sorry to make you go touch grass and civilize, but honestly, being around other BHNers in person is honestly, it's like what the chat feels like, but in real life. And when you feel that, honestly, there's you can't even explain it. You'll know it when it happens, because it's really awesome just walking into a space and just realizing these are your people, and you finally got a place to, and even if it's not necessarily for your local elections, I think in general, I want to see more of this chat community organizing and being active in wherever you are in the country, whether it's, north to south. Just, even if it's one small meetup every 3 months, just something to kind of really start making this community that we're building something that's being even more tangible in the real world. So, a little bit of a high horse tangent, I guess, but I just really want to start pushing us to be a lot more active, because that is where the left is kind of losing a little bit, and that we're not organizing very well. So, yeah. And we're going to have more meetups. Sorry you can't come, but we're definitely going to have more meetups and all of that. So don't worry. I want to start having them a bit more regularly. And especially when the warmer weather comes out, I'm sure we'll all be a lot more willing to leave our houses. Yes. But yeah, so that's just the plug for the Wellington meetup, and also to encourage everyone else to do some. And I thought I'd add in some fun little comments I noticed through the week. So we had Welly Doodoo say Winston Peters has been MP for 25% of the history of this country since the signing of the Treaty of Waitangi, and I hated it. It's 24 point something percent. It's not technically. Someone else already commented, but it's close enough. We're rounding. What I did love, though, is during the Trump Epstein birthday poem was this one from Raijin. Worst Yowie fan fiction ever written. That comment deserves attention. There was another one when Pat was saying that we don't usually talk about, they're supposed to say DG, Duncan Garner. But I really enjoyed this one. Duncan Big Divorce Energy Garner. That's a BDE that I had never thought about, and I love it. It's so good.
Him and Dom Harvey. Ooh.
And then during the Charlie Kirk segment, when the boys were talking, this comment from Jesse is just, I must have farted like 100 times in the last hour. This new protein got me fucked up. And it was so random that I just like pissed myself laughing. I just
fucking love that.
shout out. And then we've got our little bonus memes because we need non-political meme. That's all 40 sheep. What? We should only have 37. I know. I rounded them up. And obviously this is referencing the rounding of the... Undiagnosed, but everyone's pretty sure. So we like to call that peer-reviewed. If you know, you know. I'm sure some people have seen this before, but I could never get sick of this. Just in the Māori greeting known as the hongi, what parts of the bodies are pressed together? And she picked ears. Like, out of all of
Tongues.
the... I know.
Tongues.
But also, like, how does ears... Like, that would just go next to each other and just... like, I don't know. Just crazy.
Honestly, I can get with that.
Strange
choices, but...
The new BHN, like, introduction is you just, instead of shaking hands, you just put your ears next to each other. Oh. There's nothing funny about the Norwegian word for speed. Grow up. So you got fart control, max fart, and fart hinder. There's nothing funny about the Norwegian word for speed. Which is funny because I actually got Norwegian tattooed on my body. No fart. I do have a word that says ham.
Should have got mix.
Honestly,
mix fart on you.
You know what? Maybe that will be one in the future. Obviously got to have some tuakio te reo Māori. Ka mātua tēnā, donkey. Ka mātua tēnā. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. And ehe. Ko au tō pāpā. No, I am your father. Oh, this is for Arjen. Finding emo. I love all the... Like, something about the way Gerard's face is on Nemo. Just gets me. I receive the corner in your room. You receive less bugs in your room. Spiders.
Only daddy long legs. Only daddy long legs are allowed.
No, true.
All the other ones can go fuck. Oh, yeah, maybe those tiny little jumpy spiders. I'm a little accustomed.
I haven't seen one of those in ages.
Jumpy spiders are okay, but the rest of them, big fucking house spiders and shit. Disgusting. Also,
I feel like this is probably very relatable to many of us. I am very clearly a Daniel Radcliffe. I'm assuming your husband is Ron.
Yes. It's like a 3-hour window, and he's like, okay, up for work, 4:30. I'm just like, I've been asleep for 2 hours, you turn the light off.
And this is the last one, because I just thought this was adorable. How to health check an angry kaka paw. Apologize immediately, begin examination, get slapped in the face, continue examination, flip him, pay it a toll. But also, I love this 10 out of 10 butthole.
10 butthole.
But yes, that was just a little bit of a cute animation. Oh shit, we're over 11 o'clock. Fuck me.
We are.
Time's flying, guys. I feel like these 2-hour shows feel shorter and shorter every time.
There's just so much to talk about.
Right?
So much in the world.
Tomorrow, Rogers and I are going to be doing a gaming live stream.
What are you playing?
And we're going to be... Okay, I don't know if you remember this, but did you ever play the Impossible quiz?
Yeah, no, but I know of it.
Yeah, so we're going to play... Because I don't know if Rogers played it, but I played the shit out of the Impossible. Like, me and my friend literally dedicated like a whole day to just like grinding the shit out of that game. It was so fun. So if you want to come hang out, yeah, I mean, you're welcome to come hang out if you're around. Like, it's going to be at 5 o'clock. So yeah, if you want to come to Aotearoa tonight, 5 o'clock tomorrow, we'll be doing a little gaming live stream. Just something fun, you know, be a little bit lighter, because I feel like every week's getting heavier and heavier as well.
Yeah.
So
Are you Twitch as well, or just YouTube?
we do, yeah. So we've got we'll be doing it to Twitch and YouTube. So it's just we've got all our socials, so it's just Aotearoa Tonight on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, and Twitch.
Nice.
And I post
In that
updates
case,
on
if
Blue Sky.
the husband and I do stream Borderlands tomorrow, which is the plan, we will raid you
yes.
afterwards. So come see me beforehand, and then we'll raid you onto.
Oh yeah.
Magenta.
What time is your live stream?
We'll probably start around 2 o'clock, probably.
Oh yeah, nice.
3 hours.
I have to keep an eye out.
Yeah, play some Borderlands. Wake up.
Well,
I am awake.
if I'm awake early enough, then I definitely will come in. I want to have a nosy because holy shit, it looks so good. It looks so good. I'm not
I'm
jealous.
excited.
I'm jealous. But yes, I think it's time for us to go to bed. Wow. I lie. I'm just going to jump in the Discord after this, guys.
So am I, so, But I have work to do, so I'll be half and half.
I'll
then
be
I
the
gotta go to
shitpost Mimi person, and we'll just talk to Ems every now and then while you're just doing your little editing and all your fun stuff.
I have Magenta in my head twice. It's great.
Hell yeah. Ugh, that sounds horrible, actually. Oh, you poor thing.
Alrighty. Shall we send us off then?
Yeah, it's already well past bedtime. Oh, Dot's still with us though. Thank you. Thank you, Dot. Yeah, that was Dot.
Help us settle a debate, whether it be thoughtful or funny, even if we're all creatures of hate. It's a fine line that we're walking together. For better, push aside the temptation to berate. Let's take a note of the corners we stand in. As many points as the hairs on my chinny chin chin. When the news that we're watching is hairy, knowing all the things that we need to be wary of. Like the rich have the hand out for rewards, while the many have to work out what they can't afford. And the rest of us ain't paying attention, or maybe have questions we're too worried to mention. Other media is still dwelling on trivial facts, vetting peas from the rice and the mice from the rats, and picking and choosing a warpath to run, and linking ourselves with the hill to die on. It's gotta come down to a welcoming vibe, with an A and a self and a higher in mind. All heavily, neither this way or that, and will be analyzed by both Chewie and Pat. With the evil in the world trying to mess with your head, and you're sitting on the couch, you're thinking chivalry's dead. Each night, 2 nights, they're gonna sing you to bed. It's Big Hairy News.
Thanks everyone for watching us tonight on Bright Hairy News, the Big Hairy News Friday edition. Thanks for joining me, Magenta, and keeping it fun and light. Anything to say before we go?
Don't bother watching the Borderlands movie. It's not that good. And if you've never played it, go play Birdle. It's an amazing version of Wordle that's based on birds, and it's for the Bird of the Year stuff. So get on it. It's fun.
Sounds cool. Sounds wonderful. Oh, both of us will probably be streaming online in our respective places, so come and find us. Otherwise, we will see you next week on Friday for more Hearing News. And see the boys on Monday at 9 p.m.
Yep. Alright. Keep cool to after school, Fana.
Can I get it right this time? Bam.